It was good. It's your boy Libra here, and it's been a minute since I actually uploaded a video, but just kind of been feeling a little burnt out of DBD. I mean, yesterday I just spent like 12 plus hours prestiging Jake from 0 prestige to prestige 3 this morning. Like, that's just how, like, within 24 hours, like, that's just how much I play this game. It's insane, but it is Blood Hunt, right? So why not just try to maximize your potential? The dev said that DBD devs did say that they're gonna come out with some type of new reward for prestiging. So I don't know, I'm just trying to prestige up. I'm gonna talk about why I feel like Sprint Burst is more valuable than Dead Hard, and it's not even close. I can't say it's not close because a lot of people use it, they love it, and I use it sometimes too, still. But I just feel like with Sprint Burst, especially mixed in with Vigil, let me kind of dive into this. But before I do, if you are new to the channel, please take a look around on my playlist. I have tons of educational videos on how to loop, how to mind game, how to get better at Survivor. I have some funny clips, editing, shorts, all of that stuff. So if you like any of those, please make yourself comfortable, like, share, subscribe, and hit those bell notifications. Alright, so let's get right into it. So with Sprint Burst, you can immediately, within 150% of your normal speed, just burst and run away from the killer. That is so much more valuable than just Dead Hard, and I'm gonna get into some gameplay in a second. Vigil, if you have this, especially on the 3rd tier, you can be covered from the exhaust, exposed, blind, hemorrhage effect for like 30% faster, right? And that works well with Sprint Burst, because the thing about Sprint Burst is that when you run away from the killer and the killer catches up with you, right, which a lot of the time the killer leaves me. Like, once they say I got Sprint Burst, they don't even want nothing to do with me. But then if they do actually commit to the chase, I'm likely gonna get to my areas because I also got windows. And I try to get people to understand about windows. Windows is not just for newer players. This is for anyone who, let's say if you're distance away from Shack and you're being chased, like, that'll let you know if Shack is even up, like somebody already dropped the God pallet or not. Like, it just gives you more insight. It doesn't help you loop, it just helps you find direction. If you're still gonna just pre-drop pallet and get mind game, it's not gonna help you. Right? So yeah, I'm just gonna, and also too, if you want to run self-aware is where you walk 20% faster, right? So you can conserve your energy as far as like trying to walk. So imagine having self-aware with Sprint Burst and Vigil, right? And you can walk faster, which means you can pretty much, which I don't recommend, I like to run. That's why I feel like Vigil helps you. Let's say you run to a gen, you use a Sprint Burst, okay, you sit down on the gen. Hopefully they doesn't have Fearmonger or whatever, but you sit down on the gen and you start to do it, and then that's when your Vigil kicks in, and it just helps you get even faster. But yeah, let me just get into this gameplay. Enough of this rambling. Okay, now I'm just gonna show you this, right? So I'm gonna show you a couple clips between Sprint Burst and Dead Hard, and this is just why I support right now Sprint Burst, and I feel like it's better than Dead Hard. I'm not gonna say about miles, but I'll definitely say it's better in my opinion. Now look at it like this. Now, one, I don't recommend you sprint bursting in a circle like this, but I'm going against a Bubba, and I know how most Bubbas play, and you don't want to just try to take them on a long, like, any killer you're going up against, if you have a strong loop, you want to use that as much as possible. That's just my recommendation. It's just the smarter way to play, the safest way to play, if you know how to mind game. Although, you can't be scary, and then you end up just throwing down a pallet that you don't need to. But like right now, right, I was able to avoid Bubba. Now I see Freddy, and I'm able to avoid him with the Sprint Burst. And the most important thing, I'm so glad I got windows on, because that's a very good perk to use whether you are new or a seasoned survivor, is to be able to see where you're going. Like, you don't want to just sprint burst into a dead zone. You want to sprint burst to an area where you can mind game and do what you need to do. Now, these are so many good safe loops. Like I said, I just don't believe in leaving good loops. I want to be able to waste this killer's time as much as possible. I want them to think. I want them to double back. I want to see if they're going to respect. This is how you really loop, in my opinion. It's just how it is. Now, right now, I'm just going to show you Dead Hard, right? I'm going against Demo, because I like how people, quote unquote, like how people think that Dead Hard is such a perfect perk, but it's not. Because you can overshoot it, you can underestimate it, and you get hit. There's been times I've Dead Hard passed a pallet to a wall. There's been time I've tried to make a window. I did it too early. I did it too late. I didn't get a fast vault. My boy arm is too long for that. I don't know why they just let him get that hit off though, but that's cool, right? And this is such a weird loop, but I'm still able to dead hard and be able to get that stun, and that's what killers hate, right? Because I got outplayed, but I just pressed the button and then there you go. Okay, I slow down my guy Wraith. Shout out to Wraith. Okay, and this is another way people do it as well too. They see, like, I try to do it for distance. Like, if I know that you are behind me, let me try to get to a strong loop. I recommend that if you know you about to get freaky around a good loop, like you want to sprint burst around a loop. Now this I don't recommend. Again, it's just I was around a good loop and I'm around Bubba, and I like being around Bubbas like this because again, most of them play the same. Okay, that hit was BS though, low key, don't lie to me. Alright, so now I'm going around this, and I already know he can pick up his chainsaw because they all play the same. It's just weird. If he had award-winning chili, maybe it'd be a different story, but of course he got caught. So this is just what I recommend right here, right? Is if listen, I'm gonna tell you the difference. If you cannot loop or mind game, their hard sprint burst is not gonna help you. It just won't, because okay, if you sprint burst but you get to a good loop, but then you just chuck down the pallet because you got scared, okay, then you lost. If you got dead hard because you got hit, and then you can try to use it, but then again you just play obvious, or you don't look behind you, or you don't see if they, let's say you're in Shack, you don't see that the killer's about to, you know, see if you're gonna vault the window on the other side, it's not gonna help you. And I try to get people to understand that, like, yeah, these perks are irritating to, you know, go against as, you know, if you're a killer, but it all depends on that survivor, and many survivors cannot loop. Many survivors cannot loop. They cannot mind game. It's not that they can't, as if they don't have the ability. They just choose not to learn. And you see how crazy this map is, right? I was able to sprint burst again away from Freddy. Okay. Now I like this loop right here. This is a pretty good one right here, right? Now I like this one because it's long. You know, you got the short card and you got the long card. Obviously, you want to take the long loop as much as possible, right? And listen, he did not hit me. I promise you. I think I would have got to this if I had Dead Heart, but he probably been really close. But because I had sprint burst and this map that's basically palletless, I'm able to use what I can, even when he put on the snares. You know what I mean? So, like I said, listen. Everybody has their own way. Everybody has their own way. Well, I just recommend just playing smart. And the thing is, you gotta look at Vigil too. Vigil, you know, with 30% decreases the exhaust effect. So when I'm using, like, I'm surprised it didn't hit me. Let's say, because most killers will leave me when I'm using sprint burst. They will not even entertain. They like, you know what? No, I'm not gonna deal with that. You can ask any killer right now. I know they hate Dead Heart. But ask them if they ever played against a survivor that not only uses sprint burst but know how to mind game. Because I'm trying to tell you, it's a nightmare. When I'm in my bag, it's a nightmare. But this is a nightmare too. This hit is a nightmare. That was BS. They should have never gave her that. Like, I don't understand this game, this hitbox, the rubber banding. Like, it's such a tragedy. But listen, at the end of the day, you are welcome to use whatever you want to use. I like to even use balanced landing at times, you know, especially if I can control the map, you know. But I just feel like sprint burst, dude, especially with Vigil, dude, I'm trying to tell. I'm already a god in this game when it comes to Survivor. I'm not lying to you. But I'm telling you this now. Sprint burst with Vigil, that's the way. So, listen, y'all let me know what y'all think. Definitely hit me up in the comments. I'm going to link some videos below about the rework, the Dead Heart, and all that other good stuff, and playlists on how to loop. Hope you guys have a blessed day. Stay safe out here, and